What's good, YouTube? I'm back with another video. Yes, I am back with another video, and today is going to be a hot box smoke sesh slash story time. Pour y'all some to drink, pour y'all a shot, pour y'all a little mixed beverage, blend y'all a margarita, whatever, and roll y'all a blunt. And let's get right into this story because it's a juicy one. Honestly, it's very juicy. Before we even get into this video, make sure you go subscribe to my channel if you're not already, because if you're not subscribed to my channel and you're watching this, I just think you don't like me like that, honestly. Like, why you watching this if you're not subscribed? Like, if you fuck with me, go subscribe, because you're here anyway, boo. Alright, so let's get this boy lit first. Basically, this story takes place on like the day before my birthday and my actual birthday, so yeah, keep that in mind. If I stop telling the story to hit the blunt, don't mind. Y'all should be smoking with me too. Alright, so I'm gonna put the blunt out just for a little bit so I can tell a little bit of the story, then I'm gonna relight it. But I'm gonna still be drinking my wine. So I'm turning 19 or whatever, and as you know, as most girls do, or even guys too, you prepare for your birthday. You know, you go get a haircut or go get your hair done, get your nose done. And that's what exactly I was doing this day. So my birthday is April 12th, Aries gang. You already know we're the best sign out. But on April 11th, April 10th, 11th, I went and got my hair done. I'm going to insert some pictures from my birthday and some videos because I got all this shit still. I keep everything. So, I go get my hair done. I go get my nails done with my best friend. We're going to call her... we're just gonna give her a quick name. We're just gonna call her my best friend in this story. So I go get my nails done, I go get my toes done, I go get my eyebrows done, I go get my hair done. Right, I'm looking cute. You know, when you look good, you feel good, and you always want to feel good on your birthday, right? So it's a couple days before my birthday, and for my birthday I wanted to have a hotel party really bad. So me and my parents, if you know, you can't get a hotel by yourself unless you're 21, and I was turning 19. So I told my parents that I wanted to have a hotel party or whatever. So they're like, that's fine, like, it's your birthday, you can do what you want. At the time I still lived in California and I was working at Burger King, so I had a job. I was paying for everything myself, mind you. My parents didn't help me with nothing. The only thing they helped me with is like, okay, I'll put it in my name, I'll go down there with you whenever you want to go, what hotel you want to go to. So we're looking at different hotels or whatever, and I'm texting my best friend, right, and I'm telling her, like, what hotel should we throw it at? Well, should I throw it at, right? Should we have it at? And long story short, I end up having it at the Hilton in Pittsburgh, right by Jack in the Box. Now, if you're from Pittsburgh, you know exactly where this at. A lot of people used to have hotel parties there. It's right in the P, right when you get off the freeway. Like, y'all know where this at. And the reason I wanted to have it there, not because it's a really nice hotel, but because at the time I was 19. I just graduated high school. I didn't have a car, and a lot of people that I knew didn't have a car, which is understandable at that age. So I ended up having it right there so everybody could get there no problem, because if you know you don't gotta ride, people not going. So I didn't want that to be a problem. Like, I didn't want to have a hotel party in like Walnut Creek or Oakland or somewhere hella far where they wouldn't be able to get to it. So I ended up having it right there at the Hilton in Pittsburgh, right? So I told my dad, like, oh, I want to have it right here. He was like, okay, that's fine. So like a couple days before, we go look at the room. It's fine. Like, it's a big room. I didn't really care too much about the room look like. I just wanted it to be a lot of space so it could be a lot of people. We could dance. We could do whatever. We could have fun. So I look at the room, I like it or whatever. I'm with my dad, and the lady that's helping us is actually really nice. So she's like, oh, it's your birthday, because when we were looking at the room, me and my dad are talking about it because I wanted to put like a long black table in there so like we can play like beer pong and stuff like that because I was really into that then. So long story short, we end up getting the hotel. My dad ended up putting it in his name, but he had told me like a couple days before, like, hey, I know you're having a party, but don't get kicked out the hotel room because it's in my name and I don't want that to happen, and I'm not going to get my deposit back. The deposit was like $200. So I'm like, okay, like, I understand, like, you want your money back. And he's like, if you get kicked out the room, then you're paying me back my deposit. And I'm like, okay, like, that's very understandable. So I'm like, okay. It comes the night before the party, and my best friend and and her boyfriend, like, would always stay at my house. They spent the night at my house, right? My best friend boyfriend, older brother will always get us, like, bottles or whatever, because, mind you, we're still not 21, so we can't get bottles. So we're texting him the night before, like, hey, can we get the bottles today? Because, you know, like, the actual day of your birthday, it be hella shit going on, and I really just didn't want, like, it to be, like, hella shit I have to do or whatever. Because we still, mind you, we still have to take all the decorations to the room or whatever. So, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna buy the bottle at Food Co. And I used to live across the street from Food Co. right there in them apartments. I forgot what they call. I think they call it Cornerstone. I used to live right here. So he's like, meet me at Winco. So I'm like, okay. But my dad's right in the living room, so I can't walk down. I'm like, how am I gonna bring these bottles back? So I go get a suitcase, like a duffel bag or whatever, and I'm like, I'm finna go to Winco. He's like, why are you going to Winco with a suitcase? It looks like, you know, I'm like, but my dad low-key always knew what was up with me. Like, I've been like a party girl or whatever. But I mean, I go across the street to Food Co. and he meets me at that McDonald's right there. Y'all all know this McDonald's I'm talking about, whatever, blah blah blah. So he meets me at that McDonald's right there. He has 6 bottles of Ciroc, right? He had 6 bottles of Ciroc. I asked him to get 6 bottles of Ciroc because, yeah, I wanted it to be lit. I want my party to be turned. Like, I've always just done hella much for my birthdays. Like, I've always been extra like that. So he had 6 bottles of Ciroc, different colors or whatever. I mean, not different colors, different flavors. So, whatever. I give him the money, and that's it. I go back home. So fast forward to, it's the next day. It's the morning of my birthday, right? My best friend boyfriend, right? So my best friend boyfriend was like, let's pregame, like, let's turn up. Like, when we get there, we finna be lit. Like, it's your birthday, like, turn up. And one thing about me is I'm gonna have a drink. So I'm like, it's good, whatever. Crack open one of them bottles. So he like, it's good. And my best friend was also coming. So let's give him a name. So let's just call him Mike. So Mike is my best friend boyfriend best friend. So my best friend boyfriend, we're gonna give him a name too. So Bob and Mike, right? My best friend boyfriend and his friend, right? So he invited his friend over to my house. And my dad, he laid back, and also my mom too. My mom and my dad, they pretty laid back, but certain shit, they like, no. But it's my birthday, so they were like, yeah, he could come over. I'm like, he just finna get ready with us, like, it's cool. So we taking shots, right? We taking shots back to back. We lit. We playing music. We already dressed. Like, we taking shots. We lit, right? In my room, right? So it's loud, it's commotion going on, and my dad keep knocking on my door, like, what's going on? Like, what are y'all doing? And we like, nothing, like, we just having fun, like, or whatever, right? So remind you, Mike and Bob, right? So Mike, he started getting really emotional, right? He started getting really emotional, talking about how his older brother went into the army and he think his brother gonna die. He not gonna make it back. He got sent to Iraq, which I feel for you, but it's my birthday. Cut it out. Like, why is you talking this hash shit on my birthday, right? So anyways, me and my best friend looking at each other like, and my cousin too, and my little sister, we all looking at each other like, but we finna leave in a minute, whatever. So it's like 45 minutes before we gotta leave, and Mike ended up getting too drunk before we even get into the hotel party because he's depressed about his older brother going to the army. So in my room, my parents gave me and my little sister the master bedroom. So it actually had a bathroom in it, right? So he's in our bathroom and he's throwing up, and Bob goes in there and check on him. We're like, control your friend, right? But he's getting too drunk and he's falling over, and he end up falling into my bathtub, and it made like a whole big commotion, right? And we had the door locked to my room, so my dad's like, boop, 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 open the fucking door. So we like, long story short, my dad's like, what the fuck's going on? Like, you gotta leave right now, nigga. So I'm like, shit. But I'm like, whatever, like, it's fine. Like, he's just gonna leave and we're gonna continue about our day. So he ended up leaving or whatever. He went home. He ended up not even making it to the party. But if you're watching this, shout out you. Like, I don't know where the fuck you at, but shout out you. Whatever. So that happened. So now it's time to go to the party, to the hotel. So we're at the hotel. We set up or whatever. We're having a good time or whatever. So now the party has started. It's 9 p.m. People start showing up. Now people start showing up. We start taking pictures. We start taking snaps or whatever. And it's just a good time, right? So my best friend boyfriend, Bob, right? He's also really drunk. And my other two friends show up. We're not even going to really give them a name because they're not really a big part of the story. But my other two friends show up. And this is when Snapchat was like booming. Like Snapchat was like the #1, like it was hot. So he wants to take Snapchats of everything, but he's also taking Snapchats of other people with the flash on. And it's like the party just got started. Like they just got here. So we just like chilling on the bed or we drinking, but like it's not jumping yet. So, right? He's taking pictures of them and they're girls. It's not like he's taking pictures with them. He's taking pictures of them. And I'm like, oh my God. So, mind you, we're going to leave that right there, right? So about an hour go by, and at this point, the party's jumping. I mean, it's lit in that bitch. Like, it's turned, right? So, party going up or whatever. At this point, I'm lit. Because, you feel me? On my birthdays, I get lit. You feel me? So, the party going up. I get a knock on the door. Boom, boom, boom. Guess who it is? It's my boo. So my boo show up, right? And we're gonna just give him the name of my boo, right? So my boo show up, and you know, on your birthday, when your boo show up, I'm feeling good. Like, I'm happy. I'm like, yay, like, my boo here. Like, ooh, it's gonna go up. Mind you, everybody also knew him. He also went to my school, so, like, everybody at this party knew each other. So he brings his friends or whatever, and we just having a good time. We playing beer pong or whatever. The party's really loud, so the security keep knocking on the door. Keep knocking on the door, right? At this point, I'm like really drunk, so it's no point of me opening the door. So my cousin keeps going to the door, and my little cousin, she don't really drink like that. Like, so she's answering the door, and she would come back in and tell everybody like, hey, that was security or whatever, like, y'all need to calm down or we gonna get kicked out. And I really didn't want to get kicked out just because I didn't want to pay my dad that $200, you feel me? So the party is lit at this point. Everybody dancing, everybody gonna having a good time. There's people playing beer pong, there's people eating pizza, it's lit at the time, right? I also had the lights going, like the LED lights was jumping, like everybody's having a good time. And my boo, he put me to the side, right? And I had, like, chairs lined up against the wall. Because, you know, niggas be trying to sit down. So we, like, if niggas sit down, we finna come throw this ass on them. So, like, I had hella chairs lined up on the wall. So he gonna sit down on one of the chairs, right? And, like, we're holding hands. So he, like, sit me on top of him, right? So I'm like, okay, like, whatever. Like, it's my birthday. Like, it's like whatever. So we not doing nothing, no, like we're not kissing nothing. We really just talking. He like, are you having a good birthday? Like, you look so pretty, you know. So I'm like, thank you, like, yeah, like I'm having a good time, like I'm glad everybody showed up, like this party lit. He like, yeah, your shit lit, like you look real good or whatever. And all of a sudden, boom, 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 we get another knock at the door, right? So I'm like, oh, security, right? So I'm like, honestly, I'm so drunk that I'm not even minding who's at the door. So I'm thinking, mind you, this was only the second time security came to the door. So I'm thinking, oh, you know, usually hotels give you 3 or 4 times before you kicked out. So I'm like, fuck it, right? So I'm like, if we gonna have fun, we just gonna have fun until we get kicked out or whatever. So it wasn't security that was at the door. Guess who it was? My dad. Yes, bro. My dad showed up to my fucking party, my fucking hotel party. And mind you, there's so many people at this party. It's so packed that I didn't even know that my dad was there. My dad, he just wanted to see what was going on, basically. So he's talking to people. He see the alcohol everywhere. He see that people smoking in the room. He don't even care. He just I guess he just wants to check it out and make sure that we was okay. You feel me? Because it is a hotel party. We was still kind of young at the time, so he was just trying to check up and make sure we was good, right? Mind you, my dad's like, where's Destiny? Like, where's the birthday girl? And everybody's like, oh, she right there. Mind you, I'm sitting on my boo lap, bro, and my dad's right fucking there. So my dad like, Destiny, and I'm on this man's lap. So I'm like, I turn and I'm so drunk that I'm like, Dad, like happy to see this nigga. I'm like, Dad. I'm so drunk at this point off the Ciroc that I'm happy to see my dad. So I'm like, Dad. And then I'm like, and then my boo's like, hit my leg, like, get up, you know, like, stand up. You getting weak in the knees, stand up. So once he hitting me, I'm like, it clicked in my head. I'm like, oh, I am sitting on your lap. I should get up. So I got up and I was like, kind of like, I made like a shark face. And he like, it's fine. Like, it's fine. So my dumb ass sit back down on this nigga lap. Oh my God. So I sit down back on my boo lap, right? Because the story about to start getting interesting. So let me light up this blunt, because this shit hella funny. Oh my God. So I sit back down on this nigga lap. And my dad like, he like, oh, I just wanted to see what was going on. Like, I'm about to leave. So I'm like, okay, Dad. Like, I give him a hug. He like, happy birthday. Like, I hope you enjoy yourself. And he left, right? So we go back home. Everything's going good. This is where shit turns left. So remember how I told you Bob was recording everybody at the party, right? So he kept recording my 2 other friends, right? I guess she started getting mad or whatever. So she calls her boyfriend. And she's like, hey, like, he keeps recording me. Like, it's weird as fuck. Can you come pick me up? Her boyfriend's like, what? He's recording you? What do you mean? Like hype, like ready to fight. And she's like, yeah, what the fuck? Come get me. So he's on his way to pull up, right? Mind you, I guess he hear this and he's like, oh, for real? Like, he getting turned. So they walking out the party. I said bye to them or whatever, and they're going downstairs to meet her boyfriend. Mind you, Bob hears all this and like, what the fuck? Like, Bob the one, like, if he hears somebody like talking, like, he just be turned all the time, like ready for fucking everything. So he walking downstairs with him. He like, what's going on? Like, he won't smoke or whatever. So long story short, my best friend is going after Bob, her boyfriend, and she's like, no, come back upstairs or whatever. Like, it's not even like, just come back upstairs. So he ends up coming back upstairs, right? And the party's still going on. This one dude named Tommy, he is like one of my old co-workers. He also worked at Burger King with us, right? Me and my best friend also worked at Burger King, and our co-worker Tommy also worked at Burger King, and we knew he drank and he smoked, so we invited him to the party. Like, what's good? Like, come through. Like, you feel me? So he ended up showing up, and we lit. So we like, Tommy, he like, Destiny, like, what's good? Like, everybody. He a real, like, I think he Asian. He a real Asian boy or whatever. This nigga got a fucking 24-pack of Coronas, and he with his cousin. So we're like, yeah, like, come here. The party's already been going on for a minute, so when I see him, I'm like, catch up, Tommy. Like, you fresh off work, like, you sober, like, catch up. Mind you, he had on his work uniform and then just a hoodie on top. Like, he had on his Burger King uniform and then a hoodie on top. So I'm like, catch up, like, you not even turned, nigga, catch up. So he started chugging Coronas, right? I'm like, hey. So we hyping him up, which was not a good idea, I know. So he chugging Coronas, right? And we go to the party or whatever. This nigga has some Mexican candy in his pocket. He passing out Mexican candy to everybody. The party loud as fuck. I don't know how, like, at parties, it just be hella fucking commotion. Like, it be fucking people falling. It be bottles falling. Like, it's just hella shit going on. It's dancing going on. You know that shit loud. Fucking the walls fucking loud as fuck. Plus, we got a big-ass speaker, my nigga. And we just... And plus, it's hella commotion. Like, it's people coming in and out of the party because they smoking. So, it's just, you know, y'all loud in the hallway. It's just hella shit going on, my nigga. So, boom, boom, boom. Here comes security again. We like, oh. At this time, my cousin answered the door. I'm not even aware of what's going on. Long story short, we got kicked out, right? Yes, I know. It went for a minute, though. It went for a minute. We got kicked out. So the people, like, but we didn't get all the way kicked out. The party, they was like, I know it's your birthday, but the party gotta stop. Are you getting kicked out? So I'm like, fuck it, everybody gotta go. Like, I'm gonna just sleep here. Like, party gotta stop. Like, I knew it was like a chance of it happening. So I'm like, party gotta stop. So everybody leaving or whatever. I'm like, damn, right? So everybody leaving, I'm like, bye, like, bye, everybody telling me happy birthday, they like, bye, or whatever. So I look over, Tommy and his cousin, they turned, right? They some turned ass Asian boys, right? They lit. They look at me, they like, party over? I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, like, you know, they like, can we stay? I'm like, nigga, no. So they like, we not leaving. So I'm like, huh? They're like, we not leaving. We drunk, we not leaving. Like, I'ma just sleep here. So I look at my cousin and my sister, and they're like, no, you gotta go. Like, it's okay, but you gotta go. Like, you ain't gotta drive, but you gotta leave the room. Like, that's what the security said. But they like, no, we drunk, so we gonna stay. So that's what Tommy's saying, right? Mind you, his cousin is asleep, fucking on the bed, knocked the fuck out. We like, oh, wake your cousin up and, you know, y'all go ahead and head out. They like, he like, no, like, I'm tired too. He get in the bed and lay down, get under the cover. It's, mind you, it's two beds, two like queen beds, I think, in the room. He get under the cover with his cousin in one of the beds. They both in one bed. He like, no, I'm gonna stay. I have to sleep here. My cousin like, what the fuck, nigga? You not staying. Get up and go. Mind you, the security's still at the door, so he's seeing all this. My cousin like, get up and go. Like, and she started like budging him, like, get up and go. Like, but mind you, he actually is really drunk at this point, and he's like fucking knocked the fuck out. We look at the security and like, he sleep. The security was like, he was kind of buff, so he fucking got him, and he fucking went, so he basically like lifted him up, like not like on his shoulders or nothing, but he like kind of like lifted him up, like, you know how one person like put their arm around the drunk person and they kind of walk together? Yeah, they was like that. It was like that. So he get his cousin up and the security like, y'all gotta go, like, y'all can't stay here. So they leaving or whatever, right? Tommy getting downstairs, but he's arguing with the security nigga. He like, nigga, you can't make me leave with you. Like, he turning up. So at this time, everybody's basically out the room. The security nigga got fucking Tommy and his friend, right? He fucking walking them down the fucking, like, downstairs back to the lobby. In the room at this point, it's me, my little sister, my cousin, me, my best friend, Mike, her boyfriend, and my boo. So at this time, I'm like, I'm gonna lay down and go to sleep, right? my best friend's in the bathroom throwing up. But at this point, I'm turned, like, I don't know. So I'm laying down with my boo or whatever, right? And my best friend's throwing up, and my cousin too. My cousin's in there, and my sister. But they called my dad to pick them up because they told my dad, like, oh, the party got shut down. Can you pick me up? And they was gonna sleep at my house, and I was gonna go back home in the morning, right? So my best friend's in the bathroom throwing up, but she's in the bathroom with her boyfriend, so I don't know, right? I don't know what's going on in there. It's none of my business. Like, he got her, you feel me? So that's none of my business. I'm not gonna knock on the door. I'm lit, the TV was on, right? And she basically come out the bathroom, and I hear hella commotion. She's like, Destiny, Destiny, Destiny. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm with my boy, and I'm like, yeah. And also my sister's there, they're like, yeah. And she, like, low-key tried to turn up on me, like, tried to fight me. And I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, I'm drunk and you're not helping me. I'm like, I didn't know. Like, nigga, I didn't know. Like, what do you mean? And she low-key tried to turn up on me. But I'm like, nigga, I did not know. Like, what do you mean? And long story short, we didn't end up fighting or whatever because that's my dog. Like, what the fuck? I'm like, nigga, I did not know. Like, the fuck? Like, I'll come in there and help you. What the fuck? Like, I did not know. So, yeah, that was that. And long story short, I ended up going in there helping my ass. I think I didn't even go in there. I think her boyfriend just, I think after that, she was just fine. Like, she wasn't throwing up no more. So, basically, everybody leave. It's just me in the room because my cousin and my sister actually made my boo leave. Like, I'm like, no, like, he gotta stay here. And they like, no, like, he gotta go too. Like, no. So I ended up sleeping in the room by myself, waking up the next day, going home, and that was that. That was a story of my fucking 19th birthday horror story. Like, that shit was crazy as fuck. Like, I swear, like, hella shit happened that night. Like, my birthdays are always fucking crazy. Like, my 18th birthday was crazy as fuck too. Like, I low-key want to do a story time on that, but I'm like, I don't know. Like, I might. But yeah, so that's the story time of my 19th birthday horror story. And if you got all the way to the end of this video, then I fuck with you. Like, you might dog and fucking hit that subscribe button. But I fuck with you, and that's my story, and I'm out, dog.